Hi guys, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We are here with our female human noble Eurydice Cousland, and last time we just kind of talked to some of our camp members and progressed our relationship with Alistair along a little more because we've reached the adore category with him. So I thought this time we would just head to Redcliffe and start on that. So let's go ahead and get going. Let's see. So, Alistair?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and take Win.
Yes.
Okay. Sten he's kind of a difficult one with Redcliffe. He doesn't really like that if you agree to help Redcliffe, but at the same time, if you want to get have a chance of getting his special dialogue for Redcliffe, you literally have to take him with you when you see Van Tegan. So, since we're trying to trigger those, we will take him with us. Oh, lovely. Yeah, this is Wynn's Vessel of the Spirit ability encounter. Yeah. Oops. Guess that was already activated. Well. Okay, I know there's more. I think they're over here. Yep, there they are.
Oh, time to play.
Whoa.
That was interesting. And draining.
I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know I could either. I called forth the spirit that sustains me, so that it could lend us aid. I did not realize it would take this much out of me. It seemed a good idea at the time, if a little rash. I think it may have weakened the spirit a little.
That makes sense.
Anyway, I feel quite all right now. And it seems that my little trick could be useful in a pinch.
You know yourself best.
I promise I'll be careful. And thank you. Your concern is touching.
Okay, so one of the things, like you'll notice she's got her hands out weird. Something about this encounter always makes that happen, but usually all you have to do to get her to unfreeze. Wow, I'm walking really weird too. Okay, let's see about... I can just... Okay, yeah, that reset us by taking some stuff off. So if you have that problem, you just reset it by taking off weapons or something. Yep, we're good now. Okay, I want this stuff.
Huh.
I think that's everything over here. Don't think there's anything else. Doesn't look like it. So I think we're good. Let's go ahead and get going, guys. Okay.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
I'm here to see Earl Eamon.
The Arl? Then you don't know. Has nobody out there heard?
Heard what?
We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying. We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, our Lehman's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainisfere,
Hello,
brother to the Arl.
Tegan.
I remember you, Ban Tegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
So you don't believe his lies?
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Cailan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So, you are a Grey Warden as well? Is it possible we've met? You seem very familiar.
You may have known my father, Queen Cousland.
Ah, yes, that's it, exactly. A pleasure to meet you indeed, though I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother? Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
What evil things?
Some call them the Walking Dead. Decomposing corpses, returning to life with a hunger for human flesh.
Oh, lovely.
They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arl Eamon.
Yeah, we'll help.
There are no Darkspawn here, and nothing to gain. It is a fool's errand.
You can persuade him to kind of, not be so disapproving. If there's a chance to rescue the Earl, we have to try.
Perhaps.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
I want to discuss the situation with you.
Of course.
Isn't the timing of this awfully convenient?
Are you suggesting what's happened here is related to Kaelin's death and the Civil War, even Eamon's illness?
Yes. Isn't he the heir to the throne?
Our sister was Kaelin's mother. I suppose we've royal blood, but it's a shaky claim to the throne, though still better than Loghain's. And it does mean Eamon could intervene in Loghain's bid for the throne, but let's not leap to conclusions. I would not like to think that anyone would wish this on my brother. He is a good man, and much loved by the people of Redcliffe. And I can't imagine how terrible it must be for our lesser Isolde, and especially Connor. I would not want him to lose his father at such a young age.
You have some of Eamon's knights here?
I have those few who returned from their quest. You know of this, yes?
The urn of the sacred ashes?
Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more.
Why are you in here with the villagers?
Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss.
Do you need more men in here with you?
We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
So what happens after this battle is over?
Hopefully we can find the source and stop it before it causes any more damage. With luck, we'll also find Eamon and be able to help him.
What exactly are these things that attack the village?
I do not know. They seem to be walking corpses, men with rotting flesh that continue to attack even with the gravest injuries.
Undead, perhaps. Spirits possessing the bodies of the dead. We could be dealing with a mage, but who would do such a thing?
I'm gonna get back to work.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Okay. Oh, we actually got some approval from Sten. Our
As you
persuasion worked. I'm guessing this. That's what it was. I'm sitting here. What is this glowy blue light? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to Tegan a little more.
What do you need? There is not much daylight left.
Because, if you are female, you can actually flirt with him, which is a lot of fun. So tell me more about yourself.
This is hardly the time to be discussing personal details, don't you think? We will have to fight for our lives very shortly.
Come now, is knowing a little about you too much to ask?
I beg your pardon, my lady. Where are my manners? What would you like to know?
What will you do if Earl Eamon is dead?
I don't know. If Connor lives, he'll be the Arl and I'll need to help him with it. If he's... well, I don't want to think about that.
Why have you stayed? Why didn't you leave?
After the first attack, I wanted to go for help, but I couldn't just leave these people. The Bannon gear up to battle Loghain, while Darkspawn loom to the south. Loghain won't send anyone, so Redcliffe is on its own.
Are you a skilled warrior?
Skilled enough to know there are many far better than myself.
Okay, so this will lead into the flirting with him. Any female race class can flirt with him. If you are a female mage, however, you actually can get a slightly more extended flirt. So it's just something to keep in mind. But do you have any family yourself?
Oh, you mean, am I married? No, I've never had the pleasure. If I did, I'd be lucky to find a woman as lovely as yourself.
Charmer. Flatterer.
If I may be so bold, what of you, my lady? Are you married?
No.
I find that hard to believe. Surely that is a crime somewhere. But I am too bold, my lady. This is hardly the time for such banter. Please accept my apology.
Fact, you're not bold enough, my lord.
You're too kind, my lady. Amongst many other things.
You can just feel Alistair back there glaring. Let's get back to things.
Good, then my secrets are still safe. I was worried for a moment there.
I'll see what I can do.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Okay. So
I'm scared, Mother.
we'll come
One of the
back
bad
in
men
here in a
coming.
minute and do some stuff.
I'm so scared,
but
Father.
I'm going
What are we
to
going to do?
see if we can
Silence, girl.
first
I want the children to hear you.
trigger
night is
Sten's
coming.
special
The
dialogue.
monsters will return and
Father is out.
we sit here and wait for them.
We have no choice.
We must pray and hope for the Maker's compassion.
Okay.
I just hope everything will be all right. So many have already died.
We got it covered. Relax. Okay, so this may take me a few tries. If that's the case, I will splice in the one that actually does trigger his dialogue, because when you go outside, only one person will talk, and if it's anybody but Sten, it probably won't trigger his dialogue, so I may have to repeat this.
Is this where humans keep all their wisdom? Your behavior makes much more sense to me now.
Good, that should have been the trigger.
You
Let me
called.
double check.
Speak, then.
Yep, there it is. The human wisdom.
Then I suggest we move on.
Okay.
As you wish.
We will bring him back in later, but for now, I'm going to trade him out
Vashaden.
for Leave Liliana. Yes. Okay. So now we can go back in here and do some of the chantry stuff.
Huh.
Okay. Let's see what we got. You can talk
Let
to
us
Mother
pray.
Hannah, but
Blessed
you
art
have to
thou
come
who
back to
sits
talk to her
in the
later.
side.
Yes.
Blessed art thou
So
who seeks
there's
his
no
forgiveness.
reason to
They're
talk to her
gone.
right now.
Blessed art thou who
Gone
seeks
on a
his
long
return.
trip.
Blessed is the prophetess, his daughter, sacrificed to the holy faith. May the chant reach the Maker's ears.
Okay, this is Jetta. She is the woman who we're supposed to give the lockbox to that we picked up back way, way, way in the Kokari wilds.
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar? In the Kokari Wilds?
Why, yes.
My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened. But I haven't heard from them since.
Are you Jetta?
I am. You've heard of me?
I have something here from your husband.
Oh? Oh, his lockbox. If you're bringing me this... Oh no. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for bringing this to me. It means a lot to... Maker's blessings upon you.
Okay, so that's that taken care of. Okay, see if there's any more codexes in here. She is someone we'll have to talk to later. So we can talk to Caitlin here now.
Sorry. Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
Are you okay? Why are you crying?
Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere.
How terrible. You poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
Why would he run off, do you know?
He said something about saving Mother. He's just a little boy. He doesn't understand she's gone.
Grief can make us do many things that don't make any sense, I'm afraid.
I hope he didn't try to go to the castle. Oh, that would be awful.
Have you tried looking for him?
I went to our house. It's by the square. He wasn't there. I searched the rest of the village too. I called and I called, but he never answered. I wonder if he ran off into the woods. I'm so worried. Without me, he has nobody.
I'll look for him.
You will? Thank you so much. Please find him.
Okay. Okay. So we got some militia. We got Murdoch over there. Need to talk to him. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk to Murdoch
we
here.
don't have the men.
No sign of them coming back from the
Their
castle,
numbers just keep
Murdoch.
growing.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I didn't think they made women Grey Wardens.
I don't think the Darkspawn care who kills them.
If you hadn't noticed, there aren't Darkspawn around these parts. Not yet, anyway. We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight.
Have faith, my good man. We will defeat this evil together.
I hope you're right. I've been trying to hold us together, but it isn't easy. Anyhow, you're here, and they tell me you're in charge.
What can I do to help?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
Why does he refuse to talk to you?
His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first.
Nobody else can do them?
Not by nightfall, and not well enough that I'd be happy to test it in combat. If there were others, don't you think I'd ask them?
Anything else you need?
We could use some extra bodies. Having a veteran like Dwin in the militia would help a lot, but he flat out refuses.
Tell me about Dwin.
He's a trader, a dwarf, lives near the lake. Locked himself up in his home with some of his workers, he has. Says he doesn't need any of us. We could use somebody with his fighting experience, but he won't come out.
Let me talk about something else.
Shouldn't you be trying to reason with Owen?
I have some questions.
Oh? Ask away.
Anywhere I can get supplies.
If you want weapons and such, you'd go to the blacksmith, but there isn't much left there.
And there's nowhere to buy or sell?
Commerce isn't exactly our biggest concern right now, but you might want to speak to Lloyd at the tavern. I wouldn't trust him, though.
That's an understatement. Tell me about what's happened here.
Don't rightly know. We heard the Arl was sick and getting worse, but after a while we heard nothing at all. A few folks went up to the castle to see what was going on. They couldn't get in. Nobody was there, not a soul. And then those horrid creatures attacked the village. They were everywhere, people dying. It was awful. Good thing Bantegan was here.
Do you know anything about Arleman's illness?
No. I know the Alessa sent the knights out for a cure. You can ask Sir Perth about it. He was one of them.
All right, carry on.
Right. Let's hope we see morning. Tell them to maintain watch. I don't want a surprise attack.
There's a
before the
banner
sun
trigger
goes down.
here.
Why are you smiling like that? You look suspiciously like the cat that swallowed the pigeon.
Canary.
What?
I look like the cat that swallowed the canary.
I once had a very large cat, but not my point. My point is, why are you smirking?
You were watching her with great interest, I might add. In fact, I believe you were enraptured.
She's our leader. I look to her for guidance.
Oh, I see. So what guidance did you find in those swaying?
No. I wasn't looking at, her hind quarters. I gazed, glanced in that direction, maybe, but I wasn't staring. Or really seeing anything, even.
Of course.
I hate you. You're a bad person.
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
Is this Owen, the blacksmith? I need to speak with you.
Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
I prefer not to speak through a door.
All right. Let me undo the locks. All I ask is that you don't make any trouble.
All right.
Make his breath. What is that smell? It's like someone set a brewery on fire.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are?
Eurydice, a Grey Warden helping Bantegan.
A Grey Warden, is it? It takes all kinds. Anyhow, my name's Owen. though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted?
Smells like a brewery in here.
I've been drinking since I got up this afternoon. That makes, 3 days. Maybe more.
So why have you locked yourself in here?
My girl, Velena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
So you're gonna drink yourself to death?
Why not? It's not like we're going to live past the night anyhow. Or are you going to save us?
I'm gonna try.
Is that so? Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe that. It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night.
And if she's dead?
It would be better than going to my grave wondering.
What about the militia?
If you look for Velena, I'll reopen the smithy and make some repairs for the militia. I can do that much.
I'll do my best.
Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either. I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
Nobody can get in the castle, though.
Eventually, they'll want to seek out the Arl and our lesser. And when they do, you go in and bring my Velena to me.
All right, I promise.
We will do our best. Please believe us, friend.
I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least. Right then. It seems I have some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill. Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm gonna get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me.
Okay, so there's a little cache over here.
Huh.
Hey, I see you found my hiding place. I stuck some old equipment in there before Murdoch could get his hands on it. I don't think there's anything you'll need in there, but it's hard to say. I was in a bit of a rush when I filled it up.
Could the militia use it?
Not if I'm going to repair the equipment they have. That stuff is old, anyhow. Yeah, let me open it for you. I have the key.
It's mostly just like old junky stuff, but hey, every little bit helps, I guess.
I must admit, it feels good to be up and doing something finally. There's no way I'm sobering up before morning, however.
Nice to see you have some purpose.
I've you to thank for that, stranger. Just do what you've promised, and it will have been worthwhile.
What do you know about what's going on?
You mean, why are these creatures attacking the village? Obviously, something wicked corrupts the castle. My daughter used to tell me the Alessa was up to something, hiding things from her husband. I told Velena she was imagining things, but maybe the Alessa was involved in something. Blood magic, maybe.
What else did she say?
She thought the Alessa was having an affair with some tutor she hired for the boy, Connor. I never listened much to her talk about it, though I wish now I had. It doesn't matter anyway. She's lost to me, and I can't do anything about her warnings now.
What do you know about the Arlessa?
Only that she's an Orlesian girl from beyond the Western Mountains. Far too young for our Arl. That's what I say. And too proud and headstrong from the sounds of it.
You think the Arlessa made Arleman sick?
I'd never make such accusations. But maybe, if she was using foul magic, then maybe she just did at that.
You told anyone else?
Of course not. And who would I tell? And what good would it do now, eh? I just wish I'd paid more heed to my girl.
I want to ask you about something else.
Like what?
Business.
Right. I haven't got much, obviously, but I'll do whatever I can for you.
His inventory will become better after the battle, so you definitely want to come back in here. Plus, he will give you a reward for rescuing his daughter. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and tell Murdoch.
Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll inform Bantigan the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget.
We're not only ready, we're gonna win.
I hope you're right. We may just be village folk, but we're going to fight like there's no tomorrow.
How's morale?
The men's spirits are high for now. Far better than I expected, to be honest. Since you convinced Owen to start repairs, we're pretty well armed now. That is a relief, let me tell you. Overall, I'd say the militia's very ready to fight. Never thought I'd say that, but there you go. Is there anything else?
I'm gonna go talk to Sir Perth.
You'll find him and his men at the mill by the bridge, to the north. I have a good feeling about tonight.
So when he gets to the point where he says, I have a good feeling, it basically means that you can start the battle if you want to, because the militia might survive, but you definitely don't want to. You want to make sure you get them as strong as you can so you have a chance at keeping them all alive so you get the reward at the end. It's not easy, so, but we'll go through all that. This is Dwin's house right here, but we will come back to that in a second. And this over here is the store, and then we will go ahead and pop inside the store here. Okay, there's like a codex in here and a chest. Yes, okay.
Yes.
Tattered shopping list. Chest. Okay. So, these lovely barrels of oil. You can click on them and then tell the guys about them, and they will use them to essentially set up kind of like a fire zone for the undead to walk through at the beginning of the battle. But it actually makes the battle harder, in my opinion, because it's dangerous to you too. So I generally just ignore the oil. It makes the battle go easier and you stand less chance of people dying and stuff. So I'm not going to mess with the oil. We'll do everything else though. Okay, so there's the store. Now we're going to head over this way. Lake Calenhead, no swimming. Wasn't planning on it. Okay. Over here and grab this crate.
Huh.
And there's a little bit of death root over here.
It is sometimes so hard to believe that you have been through so much at such a young age.
I think I look younger than I am.
Yes, that is possible. When I was your age, I was just about ready to take on my first apprentice. In hindsight, perhaps I should have waited a few more years. I was arrogant, my confidence bolstered by my youth.
It is so hard to imagine seeing you now.
Oh, I've had some 2 decades or so to grow mellow. Believe me, back then I was quite prickly.
So you are like a fine wine, yes? Losing the raw edges over time.
I suppose there is some truth to that analogy, but dear Maker, I do hate being compared to wine. or cheese. Especially cheese.
This is Caitlin's house where we'll be able to find her little brother. There's also a pretty cool sword in here, but you kind of got to do it a certain way. Okay. So we'll definitely have to go upstairs, but we'll just wait until we have the key to go get the sword. So the kid's in here. Hello? Someone in there?
Go away. This isn't your home.
Young man, come out this instant.
Yes, ma'am. All right. I came out. You won't hurt me. Will you? I'll go back to the Chantry if you really want.
What's your name?
It's Bevan. My sister is Caitlin. She's probably at the Chantry looking for me.
Is this your house?
Yes. It was my mother's house. She's dead now. And Caitlin said we have to move away if we survive.
So what were you doing in there?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
So you just want to kind of persuade him here. Are you sure? Maybe I can help.
You could. Alright, I guess. Father said I could have his sword when I grew up. It was Grandfather's. And Grandfather was a great dragon slayer. I thought, if I was brave like Grandfather, I could use his sword and kill the bad people who took Mother.
You had the right idea. You're very brave.
Thank you, miss. But the sword is too heavy for me. I guess I'm not as strong as I thought I was.
Where is the sword?
In the chest. In Mother's room. Father gave me a key, but I'm not supposed to give it to anyone.
But I could use that sword to help the village.
I guess you're right. I should help defend the village, shouldn't I? Father would have if he were here. Oh, alright. Here's the key. I hope you use it to kill a lot of those bad people. I should go back to the Chantry. Good luck.
Okay. Now we'll go upstairs and get the sword. There's also, I think, another codex in here, yeah. Okay. So it's the green blade. It's extra damage against beasts, some nature resistance, and it has a pretty good damage, so it's not a bad sword. But we have a couple of options on what we want to do with it after the battle, which is kind of cool. So we can go back and talk to Caitlin, and we can offer her some money for the sword. If we give her 5 sovereigns, it will actually be enough to get her to be able to leave for Denerim, and then you'll get a epilogue slide at the end where she actually ends up meeting and marrying Bantegan later, which is kind of cool. Another option you have is that you can give them the sword back after the battle, and if you do that, instead you'll get an epilogue slide card at the end where you find out that Bevan, the little boy, became a famous adventurer and tells stories about the Grey Warden and the sword and stuff. So it's all a matter of what kind of ending you want for them. I usually kind of trade it up. It just depends on the character. Hello.
Bevan said you were the one who found him. I can't possibly repay you.
About that sword.
Bevan told me about Grandfather's sword. So you have it then? I suppose it won't go to waste, at least.
Maybe I could pay you something for it?
I have no idea what it's worth, to be honest. And you found Bevan? I couldn't ask you for money.
So for this character, I'm going to go with the giving her the money route, but for another character, I might decide to give the sword back and stuff. It really just depends. It's pretty cool. Let's see. I'm going to give her the highest amount. It's kind of funny, if you have Sten in here when you're doing this and you don't offer enough, he will actually override you and make you pay her more. It's kind of funny, so. It's a very valuable sword here, 500 silver.
That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. How can I ever repay you?
You can just say so.
The Maker sent you. I just know it. Thank you again.
Sure thing. And we got some approval. Okay. So, now we will go talk to Twin, but we are going to swap out some of our party. Because Dwin actually is the one who has Sten's sword, so obviously. And Ogren's kind of fun to bring in too, so I'm gonna bring him and
yes.
Sten. Alright. Let's do this, guys. Hello? Well, I am a rogue, so I can actually pick the lock.
Wonderful. Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
Do you see this sizable gentleman with me? I'm looking for his sword.
You broke into my house for that?
Surrender the blade before I lose patience, dwarf.
So it's your sword. Farron didn't mention he took it off a live giant.
Why don't you just give it to him before this gets ugly?
You know, that sounds like a great idea. Now, why don't you take your sword and leave?
Okay, so now we're going to try and persuade him to help us. Murdoch says he needs you for the militia.
So what? You're recruiting for him? I'll tell you what I told Murdoch. I'm not risking my neck for this town.
Can't I change your mind?
Maybe. Let's hear what you've got.
Oh Lord, you can actually say that's a little more personal reward and stuff, and but it doesn't work out, fortunately. But we're gonna go with put in a good word for you with Pantegan.
You might just be able to pull that off. Fine. I'll throw in with the militia. For now. You better be out there too when the sun goes down. I'm not fighting for a lost cause, you hear me?
Okay, so let's see. I don't think there's anything else in here. Oh, this chest, if you ended up having to kill Dwin, because that is a possibility, you can get the key for it, and this is where the sword would have been. Alright, Sten. So, would you like your sword back? Because I have it. I believe it's actually a gift item at this point. Yes. Look. A sword.
Strange. I had almost forgotten it. Completion. Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war.
You're welcome.
I would thank you for this, if I knew how. And I could deliver a much more satisfying answer to the Arishok's question if the Blight were ended. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Then lead the way.
So, I believe we've maxed out his friendship at this point. Let's double check. Yeah, we're really close. Just a couple more points, but we're at the friendly stage with him, which is good. So, let's take a peek here. Okay, so I have a mod that makes his sword better because the vanilla version, it never gets past, I think it's steel, and it's kind of lousy. So this mod gets it up to silverite, but for now I think I'm just going to keep him with the Dragonbone Cleaver. I'll probably switch him to Asala later. Okay, so I'm going to now head up to the tavern, and I'm going to swap out some people again.
Thunderhumper.
Okay, let's go with Win
Yes.
and
Yes.
Zeb. Alright.
The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly, considering how drunk Owen is. We may just make it.
How's morale?
The men's spirits are high for now. Far better than I expected, to be honest. Dwin's presence makes the men a bit more confident. It helps to know a veteran is on our side tonight. Since you convinced Owen to start repairs, we're pretty well armed now. That is a relief, let me tell you. Overall, I'd say the militia's very ready to fight. Never thought I'd say that, but there you go. Is there anything else?
I'll be back. Okay. Don't know why.
Fidgeting.
Didn't actually
I
talk.
don't like being out here, Gwyn. The mayor's giving me the evil eye.
And well, he should. Because you're a good-for-nothing liar and a thief.
Okay.
Well, we don't understand what we're out.
Let's see. Okay, so there's the tavern, and then there's some stuff up here too that we'll go ahead and grab. Okay, so while we go in here, I will show you guys how to actually own Lloyd's Tavern, which is always fun. Nice little shoddy tavern for us. Yay! Okay, but we've got some things to deal with. So we need to talk to that guy. We're going to talk to Bella. I don't believe there's anything in this back room. Let me double check. Yeah, there's nothing. Okay. Oh, Bella.
Another doomed soul come to drown their sorrows here, I see. If you came here for a drink, you'll have to talk to Lloyd. He's got a vice grip on the spigots. I'm just here to keep the boys from mutiny.
What do you know about that elf over there?
Not much. He's very quiet. Says his name's Beric and he's here to meet his brother, but I think he's lying. He's a bit creepy.
Shouldn't you be at the chantry?
Later on, yes. Lloyd will lock himself in the cellar, and I'll go to the chantry. Are you fighting tonight?
Yep.
That's good to hear. I didn't know that.
So how's business been?
What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers we have are local. And they're all in the militia with no money to spend. The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's a greasy pig. And if I didn't need this job so badly,
you don't care for him?
He gropes me and pays me next to nothing. But I suppose it could be worse. Not like I've got many options.
Why don't you leave?
And go where? With no money and no prospects, I just end up somewhere else working for someone worse.
You could leave if you had some help.
You mean after the fighting's over? I'd really like that. What would I have to do in return?
Not end up at another tavern?
Well, I can't promise that, but thank you. I don't really know what to say.
I gotta go.
Keep safe.
Okay, so she's another one where she has a couple of options. What you can do, you can give her money to help her leave, and if you give her the same amount that you gave Caitlin for the sword, she'll go start like a brewery in Denham. But another option is once you own the tavern, you can actually give it to her, and then she'll run it instead of Lloyd, and she'll eventually name it the Grey Warden's Rest, and it's a really cool option. It's the one I usually go with. So let's talk to this guy.
Not looking for company.
I wasn't offering it. Shouldn't you be with the militia?
Why? I don't live here.
Then what are you doing here?
Just waiting until I can leave again.
Strange seeing an elf here.
Elves aren't allowed to travel?
Sure they are.
Great. Thanks for permission.
Boy, you're a charmer, aren't you?
I said I'm not looking for company.
Here you barrack.
What? How did you know that? Well, that's my name. Why?
You said you were waiting for your brother?
My what? Oh, yes. He was supposed to meet me here. And then I got stuck here when monsters from the castle attacked.
And you didn't try to leave?
No. Those who tried are dead. And, I have to wait for my brother. Look, you're very pretty and all, but I was told to, just leave me alone.
Start talking.
About what? Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't mean you can go around threatening people.
This will be easier if you just tell me.
But I never... Oh, all right, I'll tell you. Just don't hurt me. This is more than I bargained for. Look, they just paid me to watch the castle and send word if anything should change. But they never said anything about monsters. I haven't even been able to report anything since this started. I'm stuck, same as you, I swear.
Who are they? Who hired you?
A tall fellow. I forget his name. He, said he was working for Howe. Arl Rendon Howe. He's an important man, Terran Loghain's right hand. So I didn't do anything wrong.
And what are you supposed to watch the castle for?
Just to report any changes, honest. All I could send word about was the Arl getting sick. After that, monsters started coming from the castle.
And how do I know you're telling the truth?
Here, this is a letter from them. It has instructions and everything. Keep it, do whatever you want with it. I just thought I was serving the king and making a bit of coin on the side. You have to believe me.
So I usually have him help defend Redcliffe, because, you know, more bodies.
Oh, all right, I'll do it. Thank you for your mercy. I won't forget it.
Okay. So, now we're gonna start the owning the tavern bit, and then we will talk to Lloyd. So, you want to talk to this red-haired guy right here?
I can't believe Lloyd won't even give us some free ale. A time like this, and all he thinks about is turning a profit.
Did you expect any different? That bastard's always been cheaper than an ant from the hall.
Here we are defending the village, and he don't even have the decency to help us out.
Okay, so you want to say he's charging you? That's outrageous.
You're telling me? We're just trying to survive. And here he is, making a profit.
What difference does it make? He won't care.
Okay, so now we can talk to Lloyd.
Hello there, friend. Can't say we've ever met before. Stranger to the village, I take it. Haven't had many travelers lately. All this nonsense is bad for business. Bet you regret coming, yes?
What do you mean?
Oh, you know, evil creatures, impending doom, civil war, and the Arl's dead in the castle. Makes you thirsty, don't it? So, what'll it be? You are here to drink, I hope?
Okay, so... here you're charging the militia for ale.
Why shouldn't I? They may not have much coin, but I'm not giving it away for free.
Their money won't help you if you're dead.
Hey, there's no need for that kind of talk. That's murder.
Would anyone miss you?
Hey, look, see, 80 silvers. I could pay you to protect me. There's no need for any unpleasantness.
And then here you go. I'd only protect something I own. Understand?
Yes, of course. You could be part owner. No, full owner. Anything you need.
Goodness, your own run-down, shoddy tavern. Congratulations.
Extortion? How unseemly.
Here's 80 silvers as your share of the profits. What else can I get you, partner?
Now, you'll get +2 from Zevron for doing this, and you'll get a -1 from Wynn. I brought her in here, though, so you could see their different reactions, because they are the only 2 companions who react to this at all. So how's business in my tavern?
Business is dead. Dead.
I want more of the profits.
This is all I have. Take it. Hey? Anything for my partner, right?
Uh-huh. Are you charging the militia for their ale?
Why shouldn't I? They may not have much coin, but I'm not giving it away for free.
So I can just tell them to do it, like, this is my tavern, but I'm gonna try that persuade. Think of the goodwill you'll earn.
I never thought of that. Maybe I could try it for a bit. Right then, you men over there. Drinks are on the house. All militia drink for free.
Oh, you're a saint, Lloyd. Ha ha!
If them creatures don't kill me, I swear they'll bleed me dry. What else can I get your partner?
Let's see.
Right, of course it's free for you, being a partner and all.
And it literally is. You can completely clean him out and it costs you nothing. So. Which kind of has it coming, so. Thanks. Oh, she actually gives you a -3, sorry. And a +2 from Zevron. Oh, and Ogren apparently approved even though he wasn't here. So, I mean, that's exciting. Okay.
Nice to see you again, partner.
Yeah. So that's business.
Business is dead. Dead, dead, dead.
Alright. Answer some questions for me.
Fine. Make them quick.
Why are you still open?
I'm not abandoning my tavern because of a few monsters. The second I'm in the chantry, Murdoch and his men will be here drinking all my ale.
What do you know about what's happened?
Not a lot. Castle guards stopped coming in about a week back. It's unusual, too. They were my main source of business. After a few days, I thought it strange enough to ask. But nobody heard anything. Anyone going up to the castle didn't come back. When the first attack hit, I locked myself in the cellar. I say we just wait for help to come.
You can basically tell him he needs to defend the village, and he will, but it's not worth it. He is the biggest pain to have to babysit out there. And I mean, you have to babysit, like, you have to, like, stand by him and fight anything that comes near him, or he will die, because he's a pretty crazy fighter. And if you do manage to get him to survive, he'll give you a ring, but it's not very good. I think it's, like, +2 strength and -1 cunning or something like that. It's like, it's just not worth it. So I just leave him here. That way I don't have to worry about him. It's hard enough keeping everybody else alive without having to worry about this guy. I'm gonna go.
Right. Have a nice day, partner.
Yeah. Okay. Guess what? I own the tavern.
So did I hear that right? This is your tavern now? Something you'd like?
How's business?
What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers we have are local. And they're all in the militia with no money to spend. The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's a greasy pig. And if I didn't need this job so badly,
Okay.
He gropes me and pays me next to nothing. But I suppose it could be worse. Not like I've got many options.
And you can say, oh, I'm the boss, how about a raise, things like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to
what can you do?
Talk to her
Girls
after
like
the
me
battle.
don't get much choice if we don't
and
want to
give her
join the chantry.
Tavern.
And it's too late to get married. Keep safe.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go. Okay. Now we're gonna head up this way. Let's see. This little house over here holds the guy for that part of that Blackstone Irregular quest where we have to tell some people they're needed on the front lines. So that's this guy.
Yes? What can I do for you?
And the last guy for this is in Denerim. So I have a letter for you from the Blackstone Irregulars.
I knew this time would come. I should have listened to my wife. Don't sign that paper, she said. They might pay you a few sovereigns now, but they'll be back. Blast. I'll see you on the front lines, I suppose.
Okay. Let's see. There we go. Got a chest. Well. Okay. I believe that's everything in here. Go ahead and level up Alistair. Okay, and then we're gotta get his dex up to 26, so the next level I'll probably just pump it all into dex. And I gave him the champion specialization too. Ugh, of course. How much do I need? 14. Ugh. I hate it when it does this. Okay, well, I guess we're sticking it into cunning. Alright. So that we can get in more tactics. War cry. Okay. Alright.
Alright.
So, are you a very religious man, Alistair? I'm curious. I believe I heard you say you were raised in an abbey.
I was raised in a castle. I was schooled in the abbey. As far as being religious, I don't know. Not especially. What about you? Not in your line of work, I expect.
Oh, why do you say that? I happen to be quite devoted in my way, as most...
Not sure why I cut off that banner, but oh well. So we got a landmark tree.
No word from the castle
for our puppy.
All is still, as it has been for days. And it is an unnatural.
Oops. Well, let's see. Do you see anything interesting? Nope. Alright.
Say no more. The Arl lives, and I will not listen to your inauspicious chatter.
Okay, and then here is some of that Andraste's Grace.
Right.
It's one of Liliana's plot gifts. It's the flowers that remind her of her mother. We'll go in the mill later. We have to anyway as part of the story, so there's really no reason to just do it now. We'll just save it. Hello, Sippa.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Bantegan is to see you here. I must admit I do not know quite how to address you. Is my lady sufficient?
You can just call me Eurydice.
As you wish, and thank you kindly. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
You mentioned an urn?
When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, our lesser Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tevinter and hid them in Ferelden. The urn's never been heard of since.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here.
What is the Earl sick with?
We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. He brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Arlessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish.
Why did she believe anyone could find it?
The Arl once employed a scholar, Brother Genetivi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told.
Can nobody find the other knights and bring them back?
Eventually, perhaps. The ones I have here were those near enough to recall within the last few days. I only returned myself because I was passing by Redcliffe and heard the news of strange attacks.
So you left the castle defenseless?
Not at all. A great number of soldiers remained in Castle Redcliffe. I wonder if they perished there and were transformed into these things.
It's a good
the
guess.
thought chills my blood.
Let me discuss something else.
As you wish.
Some questions?
Ask me whatever you wish.
So what's happened here?
You know about as much as I do. I returned a day before the attacks began, having heard strange rumors about the abandoned castle. I was the only knight to survive the first attack. Since then, I found others returning from the Arlessa's quest. Until we get to the source of this evil, though, I do not think it will stop, and I don't believe we will be enough. As you wish.
Is there anything I can do to help you?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
Anything else?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
Okay.
As you wish, Grey Warden. Make a watch over you.
Okay, so, don't have Liliana with you when you ask about the holy amulets because you'll get disapproval. So, we're gonna go ahead and go do that, though.
Yes. Do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
You may ask, but I may choose not to answer.
Fair enough. Have you had very many women in your time? I mean, you seem like the sort of man who would...
I have indulged from time to time, perhaps when my interest is not elsewhere.
Right. Well, how do you... woo? Is there a technique, or...
Woo them? Are you quite serious?
Yes. I don't know what else to call it.
So let me get this straight. You have never wooed? Not once? You are wooless, as it were?
All right. Bad idea. Never mind.
Oh my god, poor Alistair. Oh my god. Oh. So, see, everyone's looking all better in their snazzy armor and stuff. And Murdoch will tell us about the drinks, too.
I hear you got the tavern serving the militia free ale now.
Yep.
While I don't favor my men being drunk come sundown, I suppose it helps morale to have their minds taken off what's to come. You have my thanks. The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly, considering how drunk Owen is. We may just make it.
How's morale?
The men's spirits are high for now. Far better than I expected, to be honest. Dwin's presence makes the men a bit more confident. It helps to know a veteran is on our side tonight. My men are getting free drinks at the tavern. I suppose it's better to drown your fears rather than go mad waiting for certain death. I'm tempted to have a few ales myself.
Okay. Not sure what's going on with his dialogue here.
Overall, I'd say the militia's very ready to fight. Never thought I'd say that, but there you go. Is there anything else?
Nope.
I have a good feeling about tonight.
Okay, so let's go get the holy amulets, and then we should be ready to go. Should be the last thing we need to do. Hi, Tegan. Hello.
You are a stranger amongst us, yet you still agree to defend our village in its darkest hour. We are most grateful to you.
I can't stand by while monsters attack the helpless.
Not many in these modern days would honestly say the same. You are a woman of worth, and the Maker will smile upon you. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
Surely this cannot be the entire village. These few are all who are left?
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
How safe is this chantry?
It is the sturdiest building in the village. The women, elderly, and children will stay here during the battle, while the militia and knights protect them. They set up a barricade outside the chantry to keep monsters from getting inside. If anything gets in, Ban Tegan is our only defense. Please, have mercy. Help these people. Do whatever you can.
Sir Perth needs some holy protection.
I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give.
Can't you just bless them?
I can pray with them and give them my blessing. But Sir Perth wants me to call upon the Maker to shield them from evil.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that.
If it gives them confidence, then it does protect them.
I suppose if they believed in the Maker's power, that belief would inspire them somewhat. It just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I will do what I must. I have a number of silver-cast holy symbols. Tell Sir Perth that he can have them, and that wearing them will confer the Maker's protection. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
Okay, so now we just run these back up to him, and we are good to go.
So I have a question for you, Zeren. You're here, at least in part, to get away from the crows, right?
That is indeed true.
So when this is over, what do you intend to do with yourself? You can't go back to Antiva, I assume.
What I do depends in large part upon your fellow Grey Warden. I am not a free man, as it were.
Yes, yes, but what if you could do whatever you wanted?
Oh, I don't know. Aren't you going to be king? Perhaps you have people you need to kill.
Is there some reason I shouldn't just kill them myself?
See, it's that sort of talk that is bad for business. Have you no thought to supporting the employment of your subjects?
Not for assassins, I don't.
That's the lovely thing about kings. They make for good business as the client or the target.
And people wonder why someone might not want to be king.
Here, have some holy protection.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal. Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
She has some holy amulets.
If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice.
I'm glad I could help.
I will send some men to collect the amulets. Please give my regards to Mother Hannah for seeing some sense at last.
Anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
Okay.
As you wish, Grey Warden. Make a watch over you.
Okay. So. Going to... There is a chance that, okay, the dog could actually bug out, the zombie battle with the extra dog slot mod, so it's best to just send him away. For the actual battle, I'm going to have I believe
Indeed.
Alistair, Wynn, and Morgan. I gave Morgan the spirit healer specialization, and so that'll kind of help us out because in the PC version of the game, you can actually use your mages to heal the fighters and stuff who aren't doing so well. You can't do it on console though, but on PC you can, which is good because it's a hard battle and if you want to get the reward at the end. So, but I think we will end the episode here. It's a good place to stop, and then next time we'll do the battle and probably head into the castle. If you're enjoying the videos, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out, and it is very, very much appreciated. Thanks, guys.